was the name of the treaty that ended the 30 Years' War in 1648?
Oh, God. What was it between?
I don't have that information. I only have the question.
Oh, man. It was the Treaty of Beowulf.
Beowulf is incorrect. I'm very sorry.
I'm so stupid.
Tell me, Mark. Tell me the answer. What was the name of the treaty that ended the 30 Years' War in 1648?
I got it. The Treaty of Recreational Vehicles. I remember. Oh, is this the Winnebago one?
Yeah, this is the Winnebago one.
Guy Winfield?
Sure.
Winfield.
No. Of course, the answer is the Treaty of Westphalia. Don't worry, that's fine. It's fine. Mark, I know you know the answer to this one. What is the rarest naturally occurring element? No, Mark. When Rich Battle in 1066 marked the beginning of Norman rule in England.
Oh, no.
We just talked about. We're getting to the end of the questions already. They're way more recent than we talked about this.
Okay, I said something stupid. Mark said something better.
Yes, the Battle of Hastings.
So, well, I remember that one too, so don't give him too much credit.
Oh, good remembering, Mark. Well, I bet you'll remember this one too.
Test, we didn't know. Oh, man, it's Lobo's paradox. Oh,
That's impressively close, but unfortunately incorrect.
oh, man.
Wait, do you know the name of the paradox? The question is why the night sky is dark despite the vast number of stars in the universe.
Gravitron. Oh, God, you're gonna get that next, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
The correct answer is Olbers' paradox.
Oh, goddamn, it's Wilbur's uncle.
You gave yourself for memory devices by making all the time and then you couldn't remember your memory devices.
I remember Gravitron or Graviton or Gravitonian. I swear, Bob, if that's the next question that you're gonna give him, I'm gonna jump through the internet and strangle you.
Okay, next question. Wade goes first. Wade, what's the name of the hypothetical particle that mediates the force of gravity in quantum field theory?
Graviton.
Oh, that's correct, buddy.
I haven't gotten a single point.
It's actually graviton. You said it correctly.
Yes.
Yeah, if you had said gravitron, I was gonna not give it to you so that Mark could steal, because that would be technically incorrect.
Gravitron sounded like a transformer, so I was like, that's just my brain. That can't be real.
No, guys, we're getting there. Don't worry. Mark, you get to go first on this one. And I know that you know this. Who was the first emperor of the Holy Roman Empire?
Charlemagne.
Yes, and Mark is on the board.
I love how you crushed me during the first portion.
It really could not have worked out better. I love you guys for doing that for me. I appreciate that. Next question. Wade gets to go first.
Okay.
And I don't want to be a negative Nelly, but I'm going to put this out there. You're going to have a hard time remembering this one, Wade, even though I just told you the answer. Which element has the highest melting point?
Tungsten.
That is correct. Sorry, Mark.
Oh, man.
I tried to shake his confidence, Mark.
No, that being the last question was very helpful.
Okay. Let me just have a look here. Yep. Just make sure we got through all of these. Okay, Mark, you get to go first on this one, Mark. Are you ready?
Okay, yes.
Which Roman emperor is known for his wall across northern Britain?
Hadrian!
Oh, that is correct.
We get that one twice during this section? Alright.
You got it wrong both times. I'm continuing to ask the questions until you get them correct. That's the bit.
Did you not get that we were going to go around again? I didn't try to relearn this. I didn't know.
I have a good feeling about your comeback.
No, I know what question you might ask.
Wait, you're up next. Wait, what was the name of the treaty that ended the 30 Years' War in 1648?
Westphalia.
know?
The fuck was it?
Oh, I know it.
The fuck was it?
I'm gonna cut you off, Mark. That is incorrect. Wade, what is the name of the paradox that questions why the night sky is dark despite the vast number of stars? Olbert. That is correct.
I remembered Wilbur this time. I remembered my little piggy.
Wade, are you ready to go first?
Don't you dare. Fuck, don't you fucking dare. Don't you dare.
I'm sorry, Mark. Is it your turn to go first? Is that what you're saying, Mark?
No, but don't you dare. Don't do this.
Wade, would you like a free point, or would you like to answer the question and take Mark's dignity away from him?
Oh, I'll go for the dignity, please.
Okay, Wade is playing. What was the name of the treaty that ended the 30 Years' War in 1648? Oh, no, buddy.
No, Westphalia.
Oh, that is correct.
Dude, I had a moment there where I thought Hassanabi or something, and I was like, that's not it.
Did I get more than 1 point this whole time in the second phase of this?
You got 2.
Oh.
You also got Hadrian eventually on the last time around. All 20 questions have officially been answered, which I guess means we've come to the end of the episode.
I feel slightly sick. My nerves were such a mess during the first time through. I was calm, but we had to re-answer the questions and show our stupidity. That got my fucking nerves going.
Mark, you got points for Pretty Death, Render Farm Expert, Cosmic Stupidity, wasn't that foretelling? Roof Mop, sorry, Sad Solar Saga, that's the one. Sumerians, Sublimation, Doppler, Mayflower, Relativity, Event Horizon, Charlemagne, and Hadrian. I gotta say, Mark, in the first round, if it was just a regular trivia competition, not even close.
Dude, you crushed me.
You pantsed Wade in the real trivia.
I got Sputnik. I think that was it.
You got 3 correct in the first round, and Mark got like 7. Wade, you got points for poop with a lot of O's, rumbly porn, plumber wolf boy man, eat ass motherboard, business class penis, VGNA, Sputnik, a silk pity chuckle point, Queen Elizabeth, the Qin Dynasty, Hammurabi, diffraction, astatine, Hastings, graviton, tungsten, Olber's paradox, and Westphalia.
It's so sad hearing how many I got right, knowing that we got them wrong like 3 times each before that.
Mark, all of yours total to 17 points. Wade, with all of that, your total comes to 18 points. Mark, if you had just gotten one more of the rounds when you already had been told the answer and you just had to remember it.
The only reason I remembered Hadrian was Wade's.
Why did I remember it?
But I only remember it the second time around.
Oh, hey, now you know how I learned stuff in school back in the days. I'm thinking something stupid that would help me remember.
I don't think anyone's ever blown a lead that hard. Ever. But then he kept giving him the one who was his turn. It was the ones that I could get.
Ass.
Anyway, congratulations to Wade for mounting a hell of a comeback and winning today's episode. Excellent. Would you like to give your winner's speech?
Yeah, Bob, thank you for hosting a wild episode that made me feel really stupid. I'm comparing Mark, only kind of stupid, and then by the end, okay. And I had fun. I think that was a really fun concept. I'm glad that there was more to the game than just the initial 20 questions, because man, did I get floored. I was put on the ground and spanked and beaten to a pulp. But I'd like to thank Olber and Westphalia for helping me pull through today.
Very, very good speech. Thank you. Mark, there's a speech.
There comes a time in everyone's life when they need to realize that short-term memory is real important. And pay attention to your surroundings. Look both ways before you cross. Object permanence is a tricky thing. Oh, man. I'm going to be showering 10 years from now, and I will cringe at this memory of this episode.
That was a tough fight. You guys both better than I thought, but also worse than I thought in a number of ways. Very impressive all around. Congrats, Wade. Good try, Mark. I really thought after the beginning there was basically no way you could lose it, but you kept it interesting, and I appreciate that.
He had a high end, I had a high wisdom.
It's not always about starting fast. I guess it really is sort of a hare and the tortoise sort of story going on here, but
I'm everyone's turtle head poking out. That's part of the analogy I was thinking it was.
listen, watchers, make sure you check out Wade is Lord Minion 777 or Minion 777 Mark Multiplier. I am Meister. We're selling, we have merch at a website at distractablestore.com. Make sure you follow the podcast because then you'll know when the episodes come out. It'll just automatically be in there. Just click the little plus button and show it. Make sure you watch the video on Spotify if you're not watching. The video's pretty good. There's some good faces, I think, in today's episode as the boys realized what exactly the competition was that they were participating in. Competitors of that. But anyway, thank you so much for listening and watching, and thank you, competitors. Look forward to waiting us to the next one. That is the end of the episode. Podcast out.
Chat is pervs. All of chat is pervs.
All of chat is pervs.
All of
Left
chat
beef.
is pervs.
All of chat 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 is pervs. All of chat is pervs.
All of chat is pervs.
I do have some beef with chat now that I mentioned left beef. Chat, why did none of you tell me Mark was in the hospital last week?
It's just inconsiderate.
I cannot
I would
believe
think they would rush to your stream to let you know that your poor friend had fallen ill.
I had to find out today.
I didn't text you because I was like, I know that people will tell Wade. I have faith in them. It's such a reliable system.
They let you down.
They let me down. They really let me down. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. You're gonna get so much.
I thought somebody would ask a question about like, hey, how's Mark doing? Wait, tell us about Mark. But no, not a single one of you cared.
They're just like, we want to hear how your day was. How are you doing?
Never, not a single one of you ever better come back to one of my streams to ask me anything about anyone other than Mark. You little fucks.
Yeah, come on, guys.
Wow.
We know this is all about me. Okay, we're late.
No, not really.
My fault. Well, actually, you're right.
Okay.
Barely late. We usually roll at about about 11:30, so not that much.
Yeah.
But
It's fine.
I had
You know, I tweeted out that we were going to run late. I tried to keep it vague. I was like, oh, some stuff came up. We'll just start a little bit late. Everyone's like, that's because Mark's cooking. I was like, okay, well, I guess they know.
And you couldn't even tell Wadey was in the hospital.
Yeah.
But you tell him about that.
yeah, what's up,
Unbelievable.
guys? What's up, guys? Jesus. Yeah.
Mark's like, this isn't my best food. He's like, oh, you make dumplings, right? He's like, yeah. I was like, oh, it's Gordon Ramsay, right? I was telling him what he did. You know, Mark
I didn't
didn't know
even-
he was in the hospital. He
I didn't
forgot
even
twice
know what you
in his
did.
call he was in the hospital.
That's actually
But
true.
I talked to Mandy before I got on here, and even she knew you were doing something with Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, damn shame.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. A nice guy. I in the 2 minutes I got to talk to him.
Did he swear at you or call you an idiot sandwich or any of
No,
this,
no.
you know, stuff?
He said, I think he said it was that my food was either what did he say? He said lovely or something like that. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10.
Hey,
But there was a
look at
mix up
that.
because he thought he was on and I was gone. But I was just like, he was going on his whole like intro spiel, and I'm like, I'm just standing there like I have to just quietly like, because like, what am I going to do? Just like, yeah. Like, so and then Tyler had to talk in our ears, being like, you're on with Mark right now. Because you see Mark go like, finish up what he's saying, like, so how's this food? And I'm like, it's good, man.
So when he complimented your food, was it like really flattering, or was it kind of like whenever a kid like makes them got a plate and you're like, that's amazing, that looks just like the Eiffel Tower.
It was kind of like
Food
up on
yeah.
the fridge.
Yeah.
Look, sticks right up there.
Grandchildren, that's an 8 out of 10.
I mean, honestly, he was kind of nice because obviously you can't taste it, but he was like, it's the preset perfect food for the season, and I'm like,
It is, isn't it? It is. It is the perfect food for the season. Your choice to eat that meal this time of year is 8 out of 10. The food, that's there too.
No, he was
That's
just
Gordon Ramsay's entire perception of you for 2 minutes. He was like, Roy, that's some pretty good food. And you were just like, it is. In like weird, scrunchy face Mark voice.
Yeah, man.
The weirdest interaction you've ever had with another human happened to be with Gordon Ramsay. You can see it now.
Yeah, but that's okay. I'd rather do that. Some random person.
Was my accent good, by the way? Is that why you were laughing, Wayne?
I thought Gordon was here in the call with us.
That's not a knife. This is a knife. I'm Gordon Ramsay.
Didn't he do a show where he actually like had kids cook and he was like actually nice to them and stuff too? Like it was very different.
Oh, he judges and hosts MasterChef, and they did MasterChef Kids, where he was actually pretty sweet with some of the kids.
Yeah.
That's a show that some of the crying kids cooking memes have come from. Too. Where there's one where the kid just did.
Yeah, no, it's hilarious. Now he was very nice, but he also said something about like, yeah, you know, sometimes simple ingredients make the best dishes, and I'm like, yeah, I guess. I can't do complex.
Does that match with your food philosophy, Chef Markiplier?
Oh yes, absolutely. Something about that.
You should have invited him to do that one of those early Unis videos where he did the sex toy eating.
Oh yeah, he would have loved that.
There's a lot of memes before when people found out this is happening. I was like, he's gonna like mix these eggs, and I was gonna get out the drill them. From Make-A-Wish stream, I was thinking I was gonna do
You
that.
keep the
Oh,
drill
yeah,
down.
that's true. Make-A-Wish, that's right.
Keep that around.
Yeah, it's perfect. You don't have a drill dough? Ah, I gotta get you a drill dough, man.
Dude, that's what I want for Christmas. I would like my very own drill dough, please.
You want a drill dough or a drill duck plug? A drill duck plug.
Well, I'd like a drill dough, but can I get a bad dragon one? Can you give me like a crazy one?
Yeah, it's better for mixing.
Yeah.
You
It's
got
more-
it. You know what that is. Anyway, Wade actually has a story. Breaking news bulletin.
I do. I got a phone call from my good buddy and former leader of the band Blink-182, Tom DeLonge. Aliens exist. I'm lying about the first 3/4 of that, but yeah, there was a big story. I'm sure all of you guys know. There
That was so many things I couldn't even
So the
comprehend.
only thing that was true was exist.
Yeah, aliens 100% exist.
No, not aliens part, just the existing part.
Well, exist. The only thing that's true is exist.
All right.
And we only know that because pain. Welcome to 2020, everybody. Hope you all had a good year. Ho, ho, ho.
Just 5 out of here, bucks student sits over. I have good night.
That's it. All right.
Oh, man.
I just faded to black. That's pretty good.
So what is
All right.
the story? What's the story?
So it came out that a former space chief, and I've got an article here, aliens and galactic federation exist. Ex-Israeli space chief claims. I guess this guy was like a military, what was his title?
He served as the head of Israeli space security program for nearly 30 years. Three-time recipient of the Israel Security Award, and is currently a professor.
Not like we faculties whenever he was claiming this, because it's weird that like after all these years and all the people that have worked with these, you know, in Area 51 and in the space program, like nothing's ever come out, and this guy just like, yeah, by the way, this Galactic Federation, aliens exist, and humanity's just not, well, they're not up to snuff for the Alien Federation to want to include us yet, but we're in talks. It just kind of, it's like a big, bold claim to come out of nowhere, as if all of these meetings, presidents of these various countries into this, and they're like having a nice little ice cream social, like, yeah, you need to sit at that other table, you're not cool enough to sit at our table yet. That's kind of some of the meetings they down.
Towards the end there.
Back on the dirt, go build your shitty buildings.
How did you even get to this galaxy?
Get back on your dirt.
Watch yourself.
You're not even cool enough to walk among the stars.
I love this character.
Just stole it from SNL. I can't even believe it. All right,
Speaking of characters, I believe him.
Oh,
I feel like Wade's exposition of this story is telling. Because Americans think that, like, maybe not, let's say people in general, at least that's my understanding, think that anyone who believes in aliens is like a nutter. Like you were voice, you were like, yeah, there's aliens. They're out there, man. There's a federation. And like this man's 30 years head of the Israeli space security program. He is a professor. He has received awards. I'm pretty sure when he said it, someone was like, excuse me, professor, is it true that you believe in aliens? And he was like, yeah, actually, you know, it's a big secret, and it's kind of an issue. Humanity's not really ready for it, but they do exist. There's a bit of a federation, and I don't think he really needs to know about that. Like, he was so casual about it. This dude's he just understands reality. He has seen the truth, and he's aware of what's out there, and he just understands that humanity's not there yet. So I believe it.
My doubt comes in this form. Like, our president couldn't even keep, like, in the 90s, Bill Clinton couldn't even keep a blowjob secret. How in the world has the entire planet kept aliens? I'm not saying they don't exist. I 100% believe that. The universe is way too big to have to be alien.
Absolutely.
But for them to contact us and have this big federation, this, like, has been a thing for, weird that it was. And then, okay, like casually like teaching a class, like I kind of I like Mrs. Dora flying 2 doors down. Maybe I could impress her by telling her about the aliens. Like,
You're doing the crazy voice again. You're discrediting this man, this accomplished man,
The thing
by
is,
portraying
I'm
him
skeptical
as
of
some
this
sort of
claim
southern
of
weirdo.
the thing is, no claim would ever be not skeptical because everyone listening to it would do the you voice of
Exactly.
just show a picture of him like having a glass of wine with the alien. Then I'm like, okay, you know what? There it is.
Have you ever seen the Futurama episode where they accidentally go back in time to Roswell, New Mexico in the 1950s?
I've never seen Futurama.
And literally, they tongue-in-cheek make the exact joke of what is happening with this scenario. In that episode, the president is in Roswell. They have the Futurama crew in their ship. They have Zoidberg, right? The crab monster guy.
Yeah.
they're like, he's an alien, and they have, and the president is like, give me, you know, we got top scientists, we've got all of our generals and military guys, and we've got one conspiracy nutter to take pictures and tell everyone that this happened, because no one will ever believe that turns out the crazy assholes have been right the whole time. We just need to believe them. Some of them were crazy assholes. Some of them are accomplished professors who have spent 30 years keeping their secrets and decided that since he's retired, he doesn't give a damn.
Yeah.
He's not keeping Uncle Sam's secrets, or whatever Israel's Uncle Sam equivalent might be, anymore.
Yeah.
That's possible. It's just weird that it hasn't happened before this. And it's like, my thing is, it's the same thing with, like, I'm not super religious. It's just one of those things where my brain is programmed to want to see proof of something. And like all little snippets of UFOs and stuff.
You don't believe those videographic evidence?
There have been the interesting videos that were officially released by, like, I forget if it was NASA that released it, or the Air Force.
Was that like our military? Yeah, like
Yeah,
Air
the
Force
military.
something?
Yeah.
Of like the very strange phenomenon that was caught on camera. Like, those exist and they were released by official sources, and then that's why I actually believe that if tomorrow they come out and like a big declaration, they were like, yeah, aliens exist, here's why, no one would panic. I believe that.
I believe so either.
I believe people would be like,
That's not
oh.
true.
No, I really think
Are you talking about like no one in charge, or no one in general?
I literally believe that in general, most people won't panic. Most people will just be like, oh, huh, they were
Here's
right.
how you get them to not panic. You tell them that aliens are very dangerous, and in order to survive their living conditions, we'll have to wear a mask. And then they'll be so busy bitching about the mask, they won't panic about the alien. Huh? Maybe.
I don't believe they panic anyway. I really don't.
Maybe this pandemic is just us preparing the atmosphere for the aliens.
No, it's
You
not.
don't think that when humanity confirms incontrovertibly that there are aliens, intelligent life forms, and that they know where we are and have interacted with us or are going to interact with us, people are going to lose the... Can you imagine just in the U.S., all of the MAGA hat wearing, AR-15 clutching crazies will just grab their guns and aim them at the sky and wait? You don't think people are going to freak out about that?
No, I don't. And everyone's like, you have too much faith in humanity. It's not that I have faith in humanity. I just think that it wouldn't be that shocking. I really don't think it would be that shocking. And everyone in the back of their mind, I think everyone in the world is just in the back of their mind like, yeah, they probably are watching this. But they don't say it out loud because they don't want everyone else to think they're crazy. So if that truth comes out, then everyone's just going to go like, huh, interesting. Can I meet him? And it's like, that's what it'd be. That's what I'd do. If they said tomorrow, it was just like, hey, there's aliens, I'd be like, I knew it. I knew it all along. Huh. When do I get to meet him? Let me shake their
If they're
hand.
introduced by like lowering a city-sized spaceship over New York that like shoots a beam down Independence Day style, we'd probably panic.
Yeah,
But
then
if
you'd
there's like a
panic.
video of like the president having wine or tea or something with like the alien, like they're just chilling, like alien, nice little. What?
This is not comment on this. It reminded me of something. I care so much. I just want to put this out there. Appreciate it. Have you ever seen Mars Attacks?
I've seen
Sci-fi.
A long time ago.
Okay. I saw that movie when it came out when I was way too young for it, and I have a nightmare that comes back every so often when I'm dreaming about the existence of aliens. And it's literally me watching like a news conference or whatever, like you were describing. It's like the president of the United States having like a sit down with the leader of the aliens, and they're sitting there and you can't really hear the alien. They're sort of doing like a photo op, and it ends with the alien looking right into the camera and just going, and then like all hell breaks loose. I think people would freak out. I think people have all these ideas of what alien life is going to be like, and that humanity is a threat to it, or humanity is so insignificant they don't even care. They kill us accidentally because they harvest suns for whatever. Who knows? Like, I think people lose their shit.
But that's only if they are so drastically different. What I imagine is, what I think would be more likely is just they're not that much different than us. Because probably the path to sentience kind of takes this two-legged path. That's what I believe is. I don't think we're going to get the super weird, flailing tentacle aliens. I think they're going to kind of look a lot like us, but not that much like us. And they're going to just be sitting there, and it's going to be really underwhelming. And then you're just gonna get people that are like, hey, can I arm wrestle that alien? I want to see if we're stronger than them. That's what we're gonna get. We're gonna get, hey, can I play that alien in chess? Because if they've already been in talks, there's aliens that know English, know Russian, whatever language around the world. If that does exist, they already speak it, so they're just gonna speak it in a cool accent. Some people are gonna be like, oh, can I learn that language? And then it's just gonna be a lot of that. I don't think anyone's gonna be like, I'm gonna kill them aliens. I think it's just gonna be real boring.
They've got access to the internet. They're not worried about that kind of fanship. They're worried about like the probe me daddies.
Oh yeah, there's also the not the arm wrestle. Can I fuck that? Hey, I want.
I cannot disagree that the porn content is going to be off the charts when the aliens are allowed to intermingle with humanity. I cannot disagree with that. I'm not saying that I think people will want to kill the aliens or that I think people will try to do anything like ridiculous, but the fear. If people in our country are afraid of people from Mexico because they are darker skinned and speak a different language, they're gonna be terrified of a species that is unrelated to humanity.
Yeah.
They're gonna be.
Well,
and it's not a matter of them being aliens to Earth, it's a matter of them being different.
Yeah.
Like, that's just... But, I have no idea if aliens will interact with us, and I would love to have what they might think of humanity. Will be like, in general. I think they will freak out and panic. Human aliens in America, the world, in regard to, you know, immigration or fleeing war zones or fleeing cartels or whatever. Like, I think there's just a fundamental thing that humans are really fucked up about in terms of hating different beings.
Yeah.
That's the I think that will set in.
I think that's absolutely good if it does, but I don't come to a panic right away. I think it'll be a slow build. Because that will definitely happen. Like, it will be an experience.
What do you mean when you say people hate people that are different than them? We passed the 9th Amendment, Bob. Come on.
What is that? We can drink again or something?
This is the one where we love something.
Look at it. Let's see if he's right. Let's see if he's
The
right.
9th Amendment is the enumeration of the Constitution and certain rights.
Construed to deny or spirit.
Oh,
Others are
that's
taken by the people.
I see, yeah.
That's what I said.
Yeah, that's what you said. I see. Yeah, wait.
Thanks, man. My garage.
Do you actually know what that amendment, what those words mean though?
I
Do you know what
picked
the
a random
amendment
number,
spells?
Bob, out of a hat.
Oh, okay, well. Do you know what those words mean, Mark? They're really great words that are really hard to actually understand.
I'm reading a description of it. In other words, the rights of the people are not limited to just the rights listed in the Constitution. So I think it's saying that humans have more rights than are explicitly outlined in the Constitution.
And it's actually not about human rights, it's about federalism. That amendment limits the power of the federal government. Basically, that's what gives states the, like, police power. That's what gives states authority. Anywhere where there's not a federal power that is specific, that is enumerated, that power is then reserved for the states. That's why the federal government can't do, well, doesn't generally do, like, driver's licenses. That's on a state-by-state basis. They can't. The state police agencies are all separate. Obviously, there's federal law enforcement, but generally, the point is the federal government is limited. State authority is not limited. States get all the powers that exist.
So you knew all along.
Well,
Is what
I
you're
did go to
saying.
law school.
You were just trying to get us to say our dumb, stupid answers so that you could look
Listen,
good, right?
You know how infrequently law school education comes into play in this line of work? I gotta milk it when it comes up.
What do you mean? Can you solve Twitch's DMCA for us real quick?
Dude, people are thirsting over smart, Bob. Keep going, Bob. Keep going.
Dude, I can solve Twitch's DMCA problem in one sentence. Don't play copyrighted music on your stream, you fucking idiots. I know it's more complicated than that, but in general, I have no sympathy for the people who are like, no, I played Limp Bizkit every stream and it got copyright claimed. And it's more
the songs.
Well, no shit, dummy.
Yeah.
But yeah, the music in games and stuff, that's way more complicated. And kind of terrible, because I feel like legally that's the world.
Like also we played In Silence, I think it was, or Silent, whatever the Silence game with the lightning. Apparently the thunder and lightning effect was a copyrighted sound that people
Oh, really?
Yeah, the thunder
good.
effect.
I'm always baffled by that with sound effects in games, where the sound effects is mixed with other music and also other sounds, but the copyright claim on YouTube is like, hey, this door slam, ours.
Oh,
Whole video, ours.
I was
What the hell?
I was originally brought to the attention to this Hardee's commercial that has like this black and white background and this ticking sound going on during it. And people were like, "Oh my God, it's Dishonest," and I had only heard about it today because Amy brought it up to me, and so I listened to it, and I'm like, "Oh my God, that's the Dishonest ticking sound." And you know how I know that? Because I made that sound. It's two different sound files. So it's the one that I made, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's not something they would just pull. That is legitimately the Dishonest ticking sound. So yeah, no, that Hardee's commercial.
Send the letter.
There's a
Get the
Carl's Jr.
lawyers.
Carl's Jr.
Ben, are you watching?
Yeah,
They're the same. They're both the same.
It's legitimately the same one. I couldn't pull it in and like analyze it, but just by knowing what I've heard that for every day for like a year now, I'm very familiar with that ticking. So I could straight.
Dude, go get Carl's. Dude,
Carl's Jr.
Get them.
Get him on the phone. Del Monte one.
You listen, Hardee's Carl Jr. If you want to avoid the lawsuit of your lifetime, sponsor us right now. Free Beans and Pod, sponsored by Hardee's. I'll eat as many cheeseburgers on the podcast as you want, boys.
I always give people a chance to sponsor before I destroy their entire corporation.
But you will destroy their entire corporation.
Yeah. For everyone curious.
Get your sandwiches now, boys and girls, because unless we have a sponsor next week, they're done.
Yeah, these are the two sounds. It's actually this thunking. You guys know what it is. There's a thunking behind it.
Oh, yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, I hear it. There it is.
Okay, let me move my music so we can hear it.
No, it's too loud.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Yeah, okay.
Anyway, so aliens, yeah, got a little off topic there, but
Aliens definitely exist,
Okay.
and this man is legit.
Let's say, for example, that it's true and the panic is a minimum. How does life change? Let's say they come out, and I wish they would do this if they did exist. It'd be like, this is what you need to do to be a part of it. We need you to check these boxes to become a part of the Galactic Federation. What would that cause people to do? Would people rebel against that? Be like, you can't tell us who to be. How dare you? Which would be good justification why they wouldn't do this. Or would people be like, let's all band together to defeat aliens?
That's probably what it is.
The alien species is actually called the Huns. It's just coincidental. Mark is a genius.
Thank you. Oh, and also just like everyone's like, I realized we had the same thing of like Trump would say if he was told about aliens, he would just tell everyone immediately and be tweeted out. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's why they would never tell him. They would never tell him. Yeah.
Well, in order to have a successful intergalactic federation and to have like I guess we have to figure out what humanity would have to look like, or what a species would have to look like in order to get to that point. And is it a thing where like, you know, that everyone's kind of like in a communist society where everyone's kind of like equal and share resources? Is it one where there's like 10 super wealthy aliens that are flying around spaceships and everyone else is just kind of like the lower working class or something? Like, you know, where do they have to be as far as that goes? Then as far as how their species gets along, because like they see humanity and it's like we're divided in our own states, our own country, and then we have country versus it's like humanity is kind of a mess if you were looking at it from the outside perspective, depending on what your society looks like. So it's like, is it one of those things where eventually we all have to band together, or is it like, I don't know, like what would you want from a species if you were gonna be like, hey, you want to join our club? Like, you know,
I mean, so my thing about this scenario is I would like to think that humanity would end up banding together, but I'm inclined to believe it might be out of fear. It's one of those things where like the envoy would show up, and lines of communication would be open, and they would be like, here's our requests, here's our demands, I guess, for you to become fully accredited or whatever members of the Galactic Federation. And it's like, stuff we can't even accomplish or whatever. It's things to strive for. And humanity would look at that and be like, oh, you're gonna come in here? Like, they would, stuck on Futurama, but they would zap in the shit out of it, right? They would look at it and be like, oh, fire the lasers or whatever. And then the one envoy who's there, who's like in talks about this, has one like handgun sized vaporized of everyone's eyes, and humanity's kind of like, we should probably acquiesce to their requests. And everyone just decides like, oh, okay, we don't have a choice. And it's because my presumption is, if there's a species or multiple species that are in this federation and they've reached us and we're like barely even aware of their existence, like we can't even really fathom where their home planet is.
Yeah.
They're probably way ahead of us as a civilization.
Yeah.
They're probably far superior technologically in ways we don't even understand. They probably so this is a thing where like we're so inferior. I don't think we have a choice.
Yeah.
I think we would be rebels because that's kind of how humanity does. But I think we would be either terrified into doing it or is stupid and rend our own undoing, and whoever survives the Earth invasion would become slaves on Earth slave planet or whatever for the Federation. Like, I don't know. It'd be bad.
Yeah,
So that's kind of how I think it would go.
Realistically, for everyone watching, the technological difference from being able to not only send a ship to another planet anywhere in the galaxy, but to have that not be a one-way trip and it'd be possible to come back from that's so far technologically advanced than anything we could hope to achieve in our current timeline in the next few generations, that it's just like miles. Definitely a post-scarcity society. They like no one wants for anything. Like they probably have mastery of like their own genetics. Like they have like all these different landmarks of technology. We wouldn't come close, which is why there's a perfectly justifiable reason to fear. But at this point, maybe they're either like the snobby aliens or they're vengeful, or they're just like not
Scientific explorers.
Exactly. They could. They're probably not.
I mean, if they were scientific explorers, if we're doing Star Trek rules,
Yeah.
isn't the Federation's rules in Star Trek like you're not really supposed to early civilization? You're not supposed to share technology or even make your existence known. And isn't that the Orville as well, which is basically the same sort of premise? The idea of like that's why they wear the goofy, period appropriate clothes when they're doing all the shenanigans, because like Patrick Stewart is a member of your society. It's me, Patrick Stewart, and I'm just one of you.
Yeah.
That's how he talks.
Man, your impressions have been on point
I know.
today.
I can really do a lot of English accents. I think I've found my calling.
That's really good, man. That's really good.
Hey, that was a pretty decent Patrick Stewart, not gonna lie.
It wasn't mine, man.
I thought Sir Stewart was here.
Sir Stewart. I don't think that's how he goes by.
Mr. Sir Stewart.
Well, he calls himself. No.
He calls himself Patty.
He calls
Hey,
himself
Pat.
Patty the Man.
That's right.
Yes,
Hey,
it's
Patty
me,
the
Patty the Man.
Patty the Man to bridge. Patty the Man to bridge. Beat me up.
It's a Starbucks. Yes, I'll have a chai tea latte. And what's your name? Patty the Man.
Alright, so aliens, they could exist.
No, they do exist. Dude, learn the truth.
Oh, sorry, yeah, they do. That's not up for debate. The aliens definitely at somewhere in the universe they exist. Whether or not they're here or not is now been officially confirmed by Israeli former blah 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 something something something. Okay.
That was a good topic.
Yeah, that's a good one. And the next one's even better.
Sorry. I put in excitement.
Listen, guys.
I thought that was the aliens invading. Go ahead, go ahead.
I had to take a moment for this. Apple announced new headphones today, right?
Uh-huh.
They're called AirPod Max, right?
Yes.
I think we all knew, or there was rumors about that it was coming out, and then I looked at the price, and I couldn't stop.
We ordered 10.
I ordered so many. I've spent all of this month's ad revenue on just AirPod Maxes, which turns out to be 3 AirPod Maxes. This thing is.
We make the same monthly revenue on YouTube? Legit, dude.
Yeah, what the hell?
Wow.
It's a real high this year.
Why don't we?
They are $550.
Ooh, I could have bought 3 for 500.
Either have a PS5 with an extra controller,
Yeah.
or a set of over-the-ear headphones that are probably reskinned Beats, which are not renowned in the audio standard.
I'm sure they are great. They're working. These are really good.
You assume.
I assume. Just knowing, like, Apple makes decent shit. They bought Beats. That's a separate thing. They probably made great, but that's true, and then I cannot say that for certain. $550 for headphones.
No,
It's unconscionable. It's unclaunchable. It's
can't be
unconscionable.
launched.
I can't claunch that.
I just. That's just such a crazy ass price point. So how much is a pair, just for reference, of like the expensive Bose comparable over-the-ear noise canceling headphones is like what, like $300?
The most expensive Bose ones, the most expensive is $339.95 right now.
Which is like their crazy ass top of the line. You can get Quiet Comfort 5 for $70, which is like their daily driver, good as it gets.
Yeah.
Nothing fancy.
And I was-
Bose headphones.
I was saying
which is
before
still
this-
obscene.
Yeah, and I'll say
That's a lot.
I